Hello everyone. I welcome you all on machine learning session and the modules which we were completing. So let's quickly recap what we have learned in the previous class and what we are going to get started in today's class. So in the previous class, we have understood what is TensorFlow, how we are going to use TensorFlow, why it is necessary TensorFlow or TF, Keras. So these are the things which we have learned. And we have put our hands on by using Google Colab, right? So that is what we have learned in the previous class. In the previous class, we have seen the correlation between deep learning, machine learning, and AI, and neural networks, which are part of our deep learning, whereas deep learning is part of machine learning. And we have seen that machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, how these are already interlinked with each other, and how we are going to find inferences from that, how we are going to use different libraries for a particular and a specified version. In fact, in the previous session, we have created the data set using the code and NumPy. And in the previous sessions, we have learned linear regression, multivariate regression. I am so excited about today's session because that is my favorite part, in which we are going to understand how you are going to get started with Azure Machine Learning. And in Azure Machine Learning, how you are going to utilize Machine Learning Studio. Whereas, as you know, that Azure is a platform, it's a cloud platform where you are going to do your machine, you are going to, you can find computer vision, you can create multiple models, you can explore deep learning, you can explore machine learning, and much more. So let's quickly get started. First of all, we are going to understand what is Azure and how you are going to utilize Azure Machine Learning. So basically, it's a web-based integrated development environment for machine learning where you are not going to require any system. It is going to provide a workspace to you where you are going to define a computer instance for you, that how much GB, what exactly is the RAM which you require to run a particular model. It allows users to build, train, and deploy ML models without writing code. Absolutely correct. You have heard it correctly. You're not going to use any code while creating any machine learning model. It is very user friendly, and for beginners and non programmers, it's like heaven. So I'm going to explore this and you are going to enjoy it for sure. Basically, Azure Machine Learning provides a safe environment, and for everyone who are going to get started for the very first time, for first 30 days or a month, Azure is completely free. So you are going to sign in by using your Microsoft ID or account. If you have not created Microsoft account, you can create it. Create one for yourself. It could be Outlook or it could be Hotmail. Whatever you feel you are comfortable with, you can create, and you can sign up Azure where you can leverage from multiple tools. You are going to get started with that and you are going to explore how Azure is going to change your life. It has Copilot, it has like computer vision, it has OpenCV. So there are multiple things which you are going to get started with. Entire cloud computing can happen on Azure Machine Learning. Let's quickly move what are the key features of Azure Machine Learning Studio. So basically, what that platform provides you, it provides you drag and drop interface to build ML pipelines, which is machine learning pipelines. I'm going to explain that in detail by creating different diagrams on Microsoft Whiteboard so that you'll understand it in details. So let's first of all understand what are the key features of Azure Machine Learning. It has wide range of inbuilt ML, which is machine learning algorithm, and data transformation tool. If you talk about different classification or regression methods, all are there which are inbuilt. The only thing which you are going to do, understanding the data needs, only foundational knowledge is needed. If you understand your data, you will be able to find out what classification, what a machine learning algorithm is going to run behind that particular data to run the predictions out of it. And then you are ready to go. Only one click and your prediction is ready. Like a flow chart, pipeline means in a flow chart way, you are going to create your own prediction. It has integration with Azure Cloud and scalable computing with the help of Azure Cloud. It has support for automated machine learning. That is what is needed. And you are going to leverage from this tool. And I'm sure you all are going to love it. However, it is for 30 days. So I'm going to make sure that you are going to utilize these 30 days, which are free. Like in one day, you are going to create at least five models. And I'm going to give you a capstone project based on that only. So let's see how Azure Machine Learning Studio works. So basically, step number one, you are going to upload and explore your data set. You are going to see how many tables are there, how many rows are there, what exactly is going to be your input, and how your output is going to get dependent on the input and variance which you are going to take. You are going to process the data using visual models. You are going to visualize it, you are going to split that, and then you are going to see how your machine learning algorithm is going to run. Thereafter, you are going to choose and configure a machine learning algorithm, which classification, which decision tree you will be taking to segregate and to make sure that the accuracy which you are going to get from that algorithm is at a higher side, right? And then you are going to train and evaluate your model. You are going to deploy and model as a web service. This is what you can do. And you need not to worry. If you are interested in the code, you can fetch the code out of it. The pipelines which you have created, you can fetch code from that and you can use it as a JSON file. So that is what you will be doing when it comes to Machine Learning Studio. Thereafter, let's see what are the benefits for beginners. We all are beginners at some stage. Thereafter, the first thing which you will be needing and which you all want, that is no need to write code. Use visuals tool, as well as you are going to get step-by-step guidance throughout the machine learning pipeline. Access to sample data sets and experiments. You will be able to see there are sample data sets, and I'm going to use a sample data sets. Therefore, you will be understanding at any point of time, you can recreate it, you can practice it. So let's quickly see how you will be creating. It's an easier learning curve compared to traditional coding platforms. So isn't it great, everyone? Are you excited to get started with Azure Machine Learning? Let me quickly open Microsoft Whiteboard, and I'm going to explain the entire flow chart and pipeline in front of all of you so that you are going to leverage from that and you are going to see how this Machine Learning Studio is going to work for that. All right. Okay, everyone, I am ready with my whiteboard, and here I'm going to explain how a machine learning pipeline works. So basically, when you are going to sign up on your Azure platform, first thing which you are going to do, you are going to go to your Azure Machine Learning. There is an option called Azure Machine Learning. The moment you are going to click over there, you are going to create a workspace. So I'm going to put the text over here. You are going to create. As a coder and a programmer, workspace is a place where you are going to define that here you are going to work. Means you are going to define a place where your coding and programming is going to take place. Thereafter, you are going to define. So I'm going to move from here. Now, thereafter, you are going to define that is computer instance. Computer instance means basically here you are asking for a computer on which you are going to create your machine learning model, because at space to run or to create a model, you require a computer where you are going to choose your choice of computer, putting in what configuration you want in your computer. So there are multiple, like you want 8 GB, you want 12 GB, what is going to be the RAM, how much space you want in your computer, and accordingly you are going to take a computer from there on which you are going to run your analysis. Once you have selected that, you are going to provide a resource to it. Once you have selected to it, you are going to get enter into your machine learning designer. So next part is your designer. Designer is majorly, it is exactly like a canvas, right? So what a canvas does, a canvas provides you how you are going to design. So basically right now, pipeline means, or designer is exactly provide you a blueprint of your project which you wanted to define. So now let's quickly create your pipeline. So first of all, you are going to name your pipeline as, so I'm going to give that is, I hope you remember our first model, which we created, in which we created uh, linear regression, and we created the data itself by putting in number of years or years of experience. And the second column was all about salaries. Right. So here also, first thing which we are going to take, we are going to take the same data so that the understanding level is going to be at top, or you will understand in it a better manner. So adult income is already available in your Microsoft Azure datasets. That is a simple data set which you can take from there, and I'm going to show you how you are going to move step by step. So once you have taken the data, this it includes multiple rows and columns. So basically it includes 16 columns. Out of 16, there are some irrelevant columns, and there are some columns which are going to impact the adult income. So in which the adult income contains the name of the person. It has number of years of experience, and he is which country he is native for. Because in every country the currency is different, therefore that impacts the individual salary as well as the company size. If I am working in a very small company, therefore the salary is also going to be impacted accordingly. Number of hours, some are working part-time, some are working overtime, so that also impacts. So we are going to consider that also. Therefore we are going to see how what exactly is company space, whether you are working for a tech company, so what exactly is your role. So that is also going to impact an individual income. Another part which is very very important, that is your educational status, how educated you are, whether you have completed higher school, whether you have completed degrees, or you have like what exactly is your certification. So that also impact directly in adults income. So once you have done, the second part you are going to do to get to see which columns are necessary and which are not. So you are going to split and you are going to select, SELECT, select columns. Select columns means you are going to choose the relevant columns from it. Step number 3, once you have selected and visualize the columns which you feel are necessary, step number 3 is going to be, you are going to split it. Okay. So let's quickly split. You are going to split this into two parts. That is going to be, one is going to be for the training segment and the rest is going to be for the test. So I'm going to write it. It is going to be in this particular way. One will be for the training and another is going to be for testing. For the training, what you are going to do, this part which you have split, that is going to go under a classification. So you are going to choose a classification for that. Here we are going to choose a classification method, that is one of the decision tree, that is called two class boosted decision tree. Why we are using it? We are using it because it provides better accuracy. It checks the accuracy at each and every node. All right. So we are going to choose this. And here I'm going to mention decision tree, and testing we are going to keep over here same. The next part which you are going to take after split, over here it is going to be that you are going to score the model. For scoring, what we are going to do, we are going to use the testing and the training. So you are going to keep over here, then you are going to do once this score is calculated with the help of confusion metrics. Then you are going to evaluate the model to see the accuracy percentage. So we are going to evaluate. All right. So this evaluation is approximately for this model, which I calculated previously, is approximately 80%. In fact, more than 80%, which is considered as a very good accuracy percentage. And the graph is also linear. So this is what we will be doing when it comes to, let me just quickly increase it a little bit so that you'll understand. So this is the entire model. Little bit small. Yeah, this is the entire model which you will be creating using Azure Machine Learning. I think you find it really easy. We are going to move step by step. And here, first of all, I am going to choose the steps. So this is going to be step number 1. I'm going to write over here. Step number, I'm going to write like this. Step number 1. This is going to be step number 2, selecting columns. Okay. Step number 2. This will be your step number 3, which is splitting the data. Training is going to be your step number 4. So I'm going to choose that. This is your step number 5. Training segment, this classification is part of the training only. So that we are going to consider. This is your step number 6. So I'm going to take that step number 6. 6, change the color to this. This is your last step, which is evaluate the model. And you are going to write as step number 7. So meanwhile, you are understanding the concepts and you are trying it, I would request all of you what you are going to do. You are going to set up your Azure Machine Learning Studio so that we are going to get started with it and we are going to explore more of your, machine learning as well as your Azure model. I'll be explaining in depth what exactly adult income. So I'm going to first of all explain the data set among all of you so that you are going to understand each and every column in detail. So let me just put step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4, step number 5, step number 6, and this is step number 7. And once we will be evaluating, your machine learning pipeline is ready. Why do we call it as pipeline? Because as you can see, it's like a flow. They are interlinked with each other like a pipeline. So even if one part is not working, the entire model is going to be failed. That's why we usually call it as a pipeline. And we consider that these pipelines, with the help of these pipelines, and in fact, we are going to create 2 models together using the same data. One, we are using a 2-class boosted tree. And in the second classification, we are going to use neural network. So that is what we will be doing. And then we are going to see how it is going to predict the value and what is going to be the difference in both of them. So I hope you all are excited. We will be exploring it, but before that, we are going to set up our Azure account and we are going to explore the data set, the sample data set with which you will be working on. So get started. Let's see how we are going to do. Okay, everyone, let me quickly show you how a pipeline looks like on the basis of the data which I have shared. Though I have created a diagram on our Microsoft whiteboard, but here this is how you are going to create the pipeline. Here you need not to write any of the, you can say, code over here, and simply how you are going to visualize the data. Let me share that with you. Right click, and this is how you are going to review the data. It's as simple as you are just like putting in the data and the things over here. So as of now, I created this long time back, but again, we will be creating it from scratch. As of now, I'm just sharing with all of you how it looks like. Let me just quickly click onto it, and you can see here is the description, income census, and here you can see the data, mark preview. And if I'm going to tell you from where I have taken this data, let me quickly share that also. So basically, this is one of the sample data, and you can see over here, adult census income binary. So this is what I have taken, and there are multiple data set. You can scroll and you can, so that you can practice with the data. Along with it, what we have done, I have split the data by choosing the columns which we need. As you can see, if I'm going to edit the columns, so I have taken age, work class, education, occupation, sex, hours per week, native country, and income, because these are the features which are actually impacting an individual's income. And thereafter, I have put two class boosted decision tree, and then I have split the data along with I am training the data. Therefore, there is a score and evaluation. Once it is done, then I am going to configure and submit. Don't worry about it. We are going to recreate it. We are going to get started with Azure. And as you can see, this is Azure Machine Learning. For I have created multiple workspace. So the first step which you are going to do, first of all, you are going to create a workspace. So basically, let me quickly share with all of you how you are going to get started with it. So you are going to go to your Azure. First of all, you are going to click on this try Azure for free. I have already created an account. So it is going to directly get started with it because I have already done. As you can see, if you wanted to sign in with a different account, it is going to sign out me from the previous one, which I have already been doing. Now it says, so this is what you will be getting started with. First of all, you are going to click onto it. You are going to sign up. Once you have signed up, you are going to get 30 days trial period. Once you are up for those 30 days, in this you can do multiple things. So let me quickly take you to Azure. This is Microsoft Azure, in which you are going to leverage from Azure Machine Learning. The second, Azure OpenAI, Microsoft Entra ID, Quick Start Center, and along with it, you can see the description, what you will be able to do with this particular file. Azure AI Foundry, which is like ability to see, hear, speak, search, understand, and accelerate decision making with Azure AI services, and much more services. As of now that you can see over here, we have virtual machines, you have SQL database, you have cost management. So there are multiple. Computer vision is there, and there are different databases with which you can leverage. Now, AI plus machine learning, this is one such segment. Over here, you can see Azure Machine Learning, on which we are going to work, where you can create your workspaces. Workspace means, as I have already shared among all of you, is a space for an individual to create and to deploy your model. All right. Inside a workspace, you are going to create a computer instance. Computer instance is nothing but you are asking for a computer on which you are going to create and deploy your model. So it itself says that you are going to create one now to start using Azure machine learning. So this is what you are going to explore. For every particular segment, you have different, like you have immersive readers, custom visions, language, matrices advisors, personalizers, so much more. So as this session is all about machine learning, so we are going to get started with machine learning. So you are going to click on to this so that you can view. So over here, as you can see, income prediction, this is what I have created previously. To create one more for yourself, you can click on this new workspace, and here you can define all those things and you can click on review and create. In the next session, definitely we are going to get started. We are going to explore step by step how you are going to sign in, how you are going to create an account, how you are going to get started with Azure machine learning, and we are going to create a pipeline using, and we are going to deploy that prediction model, and we are going to see how the accuracy is going to get impacted with it. So this is what we will be doing using Azure Machine Learning Studio. So with that, would like to take you back to all services. You can create resource from there also. Now let's quickly recap what we have learned in today's session. In today's session, we have understood the importance of Azure platform. On Azure platform, it's not just Azure. You can create low code machine learning prediction model on Google also. So there are multiple platforms which you can explore. This is one of the platforms which most of the industries are using because it is reliable and it's safe, right? So you can get started with it. That's why I'm exploring in front of you, because most of the companies are working on this platform. Therefore, if you are searching or you are aspiring or you are trying to get a job, this is one such platform which you can get started with. Thereafter, we have understood how you are going to get started with low code or zero code pipeline. What are pipeline? What are the things which you are going to do inside a pipeline? We have seen the entire architecture, how you are going to create your own canvas. Inside a designer, what is going to be the flow? According to the flow, we are going to create our own model in the next class. So for that class, I want all of you to be ready so that we will be creating our own model. We are going to see how the accuracy is going to impact. And as I have already shared with all of you, we are going to do that segment into two parts. First, we are going to run it by using machine learning decision trees, and the second classification, which we are going to do, we are going to do by using neural network. So stay tuned with us and be ready with your Azure account. I want all of you to be ready with your sign up process so that we'll be getting started by creating the workspace. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. We'll see all of you in the next class. I hope you are enjoying the session. Thank you.